Hi everybody, it's Linda from the Crafting Depot, and I see that I have paint on my hands again. But anyway, I just want to let you know that want to go over the Meeden watercolor paints. So the first thing we did, well, first I want to tell you there's 24 watercolor tubes in this set. I am not affiliated with Meeden at all. All I'm doing is showing you a demonstration of another type of watercolor paints, especially if you're a beginner like me. So I heard about these from Diane Anton, and she is a very good artist with a huge following. And I figured if she recommended this, let me go try it. So in it, you will get 24 tubes. And then and it cost, what did I say? It cost 18.90. I wrote it on the cover. Let me get the cover without spilling everything, just to make sure. Yes, they were 18.95 on Amazon Prime. And you get 24 tubes. Now, for the demonstration purposes, I wanted to make sure that I had all the paints in one spot. So I went ahead and I purchased this Meeden palette. It's plastic and it was $19.95, but you do not need to purchase that in order to get started with this. Okay, so you can just purchase this and you can use any old plate and just put out a few colors that you like, and you can get started with watercolor painting. Because since I started, I absolutely love it. And I started sometime, I think, in January. And I don't profess to be fantastic at it, but I would like you to just follow my journey. And if you were interested, you'll see how I'm doing, and you could wind up being so much better. So the first video that I did was opening it up and talking about it. And then what I did was I used this paper. Where is the paper? Come on. Okay. I used this paper that I found on Amazon. It's 140 pounds and it is cold press. So I wanted to find out what cold press was. And I got two of these. There was 632 in each set. And it's cold press. So cold press is kind of got like a little texture on it. This is from, my hands are filthy because what happened was after I did the last video, I shut everything up and I put it away and I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I got the idea to do this video. So I opened it up and I had paint all like smushed in each one. So if you do get the palette, after you're done, let your paint sit and dry. Otherwise, when you close it up and you move it, they will shuffle around. And so what I did was I went in the kitchen, and that's why my hands are all dirty, which, you know, they don't look great lately anyway. And I rinsed it out. Okay, so that's a learning experience for me, and I'm sharing that with you. So the last video, what I did was I used this paper and I divided it into 24 different sections, and I came up with something that's a palette for me, and it will fit into the top cover of, or when I close this, of this palette. But I am not going to move this or close it again until it's completely dried out. So that was the first video. The second video, I went on and I did, what happened was my phone cut off because I didn't have enough space. So I did a second video, which this should have been in video 1, but it's in video 2. So I did a demonstration of using the paints. Now what I want to do, since I need a lot of practice, is I want to sit down with you and practice with these paints, doing a different type of swatch of, I'm looking around to see where I put the paper that I wanted to, oh, here it is. So I'm going to use Meeden's. I really like the hot press. I prefer personally the hot press, but a lot of people like the cold press. So there's two different types. Now this one is completely smooth, which makes it a lot easier for someone like me who likes to use pens. And when, you know, I use white pens, Posca pens, I use the black pens, the markers, and I like to go over my paints. So that's why I prefer the hot press. And also the other reason is that, you know, when you lay it down, it's a different experience with the other one. It's like dry brushing is different on that one than it is on this one. Okay, and then that's another video that I will do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is practice my strokes because I want to get better at painting leaves and stuff. So this is a great way to show you the paints as well as practicing. So I don't want to kill any birds, but you know the old saying. So here we go. So we're going to go into the yellow, and it looks like there's a little green on my brush, probably from something else I was doing. Another video for you guys. So what I'm just going to do is just practice my leaves, and then what they say to do is when you want a good point, you could have to lift up and just use the very tippy of your brush. So now what I'm going to do is just stroke and brush it all in. There's different ways of filling the insides of your leaves. You can use water, but we'll do that in another video because it's very interesting, and we'll do a whole thing on that. Okay, so I'm going to go into the next color, which is, and I should have my palette out. What did I do with it? Okay, one second. Let me get that palette. Where did I put it? I had it right here. It has all the colors. Okay, let me put you on hold. Okay, I found it. It was right under the paints, for goodness sakes. Okay, so we just did lemon yellow, but it's got some green in it from my brush. And the next one we're going to try is pale yellow. So I'm going to place my brush down, and I'm going to wiggle. And then as I get down, I'm going to pick up my brush. And now I'm going to press and pick it up so I get a point. And I know there's a way to make them fatter also. So I got to work on all that. So the next one, I never heard of this color. It says gamboge, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Gamboge is this one. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to practice doing some lines. And I'm going to try to use just a very gentle touch, hardly pressing down. And we're going to go this way, trying not to press down. I got like 2, so I'm going to let this become another branch, and this branch will come there. And we're going to go in again, just very lightly with the tip. And the lighter you press, the thinner your lines, your strokes. And it's a practice. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. And now we're going to yellow ochre. I don't know, sometimes I think I put too much water on my brush. That's another thing to learn. Okay, so now we're going to go like this, and we're going to go around. Do something like a eucalyptus, even though eucalyptus leaves are not yellow ochre. We're going to pretend. Because when you're an artist, you can paint any way you want. You want your life to be any way you want your life to be. It's your painting. So you know what? I think I'm going to go and put in some orange yellow. Let's practice with the orange yellow. And I'm going to go like this and a point. Try to fix that point. There we go. And we're going to do some more skinny leaves like that. Get some orange. And just doing a little wiggle. And just pick the brush up gently like that. There we go. Almost looks like a string bean. Okay, next one is scarlet red. So let's see, let's go like this. Let's see if I can do this. Scarlet red. And then I'm just going to wet my brush. And look how nice that comes out. Very nice. And let's do some more scarlet red. Do like a heart. And some more. Little water. And now we're doing wet on wet because I added water to the paint. Okay, so now the next one is vermilion. Vermilion. So vermilion, we're going to, probably should use a different brush. And then we're gonna get more vermilion. We're gonna go like this. Dot, dot, dot. That's a new one I just made up today. I'm sure somebody else has done it, but I'm just pressing down. And we should have one more because they say to do things in threes. Okay, so we got that done. Whoops, wrong one. You should have at least 2 jars of water. One is to rinse off your brush, and then the other one should be a clear, clean water. It's like your last dip before you go, you know, if you really don't want that color to go into another paint jar, you do that. Okay, so crimson red is right here. And I'm still using the same brush. I don't want to do that. All right, so you know what? We're just going to go we're going to create some more vines. I don't know what that was. I think it was a mistake. It's okay. All right, so we're going to put this brush down. And I'm going to pick up the number 0, the grabby brush. You know, I don't even know if my camera's way up. The grabby brush, it's a number 0. There it is, 0, 0. Okay. So I'm going to try to make some, okay, so where were we? I think that was crimson red, and we'll do rose. So rose is going to come down like this, up like that. I'm just going to try and do very thin little lines like that. And the same here. See how when I wet it, it comes more brilliant. It becomes more brilliant. There we go. Okay, I think I'm going to go back to Princeton. Looking at this, okay, so let's see how we do. I don't know if I really like this particular brush because, where am I? Because you see the bristles, they're so long. You really need to get used to it. This is the Princeton Heritage. So let's see. It's a nice point. And then we'll just, that's a beautiful color. What did I say that was? Cerulean blue. Love it. Little water. And you just pick up your brush to get that point. You just barely want to touch the paper. Okay. And you get that point by just barely touching the paper. Okie dokie, let's keep going. Let's go to this cobalt blue. Cobalt blue. We're going to put you over here. And we're just painting a whimsical leaf, and I'm practicing to get better while I'm on this video with you, and I can see that point could have been better. Okie doke, here we go. Where did I say we were? Cobalt blue. Here's another one. We're going to do a smaller one. And maybe we'll do one over here. A smaller one. Okay. I'm going to go back to the 3/8 dagger brush. Where is it? 3/8. Okay, so we're going to go into the water. This is the brush I'm going to use. Okay, so we're going to go into the water. We just did cobalt blue. We're going to do ultramarine. And ultramarine's going to go down like this. And create some pretty leaves. Next is Prussian blue. Prussian blue. And we're going to do pale green. Now this could be much better. Let's go back into that sap green. We're in sap green. Pardon me. Okay, so let's go over here. Sap green. I would say these are, you know, in my humble opinion, student grade. Okay, next one is deep green. These are not professional, I don't think, but they're decent. Okay, the next one is deep green. And of course, my painting, it does, I'm not crazy about it, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go back in there and come out. Phthalo green. That one came out nice. Let's see if I can do it again. Okay. Okay, then we're going to go into violets. Okay, so violets over here. And I think I want to come through the yellow. That's really pretty. That is really pretty. Let me see, let me move up. There we go. That was violet. Okay, violet is very nice. Okay, so we have the violet. Now we're going on to brilliant purple. Brilliant purple. So we'll do, I'm trying to think, okay, so let's do some of these. Just using the tip of the brush. Very simple, very easy. And actually make them a little bit. And just scrubbing kind of like, there we go. Okay. That was the Brilliant Purple. Should I do another one? I think I should. Okay, but where should I put it? It's got to come off. Here, we could do it here. And just scrub, you know, like tap, 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 tap. And just scrunch your brush. And that looks pretty. I'll tell you, I love painting. It's just so relaxing. It's a lot of fun. I think I want to do one more, maybe coming over here. This way we have 3 of them. So we'll start here and we'll bring it in towards that bump right there. There we go. Okay, we got that one. Actually, changed my mind. I don't like the way that tip looks. So I want it to come out, be very thin on the top. I keep messing it up. Come on. All right. Sometimes the simplest things can also be tricky. All right, so we're going into burnt sienna, and I can't seem to get this purple off my brush. Okay, burnt sienna is next. I got a little dot right there. And maybe what we should do, oh, now I smeared it all over. Okay, so maybe what we could do in here is some, you know, some of these, which I'm using the wrong brush again. So let me go get the right brush. Let's see. Number 9, no. Let's try the number 8. Princeton. Is this the Velvet Elite? Velvet Touch. Let's try this. Okay, so we're going in with the brown. And we're going to hold our brush perpendicular when we're making circles. Okay? Perpendicular to the paper when you're making your circles. And they do come out much better when you do that. So let's do some more over here. And just using the tip and going around in a circle. 1, 2, 3. And I feel like something is biting my ankle. I got an itch. 1 second. Okay, moving on. Burnt sienna, you're coming in here. 1. Hold it perpendicular, Linda. So you have to keep training myself. 1, 2. It's fun doing circles. And let's go 3. Yeah, right here. Okay. So we have 3 sets of those, and then we need to attach them. So we're going to go into, after burnt sienna, we have raw umber. Umber looks greenish to me, but it's not. So raw umber, here we come. So we're going to go like this with the tip and the tip right there. I'm just going to put a little water on this. Okay, and then this one's going to come like here. Just barely touching it, and I have too much water. There. Let's get the next one. So the next one's going to go like this. It's going to come down, touch this, and this is going to touch that. There we go. So that's the raw umber, but now we need to practice with the raw umber making a leaf. Okay, raw umber. So I'm going to do small ones and a little. This is drying up, so I'm adding a little bit more water, and now I have too much water. But we're going to go over here and we're going to create another one. Barely touch the tip, and then we're going to create another one over here. Let's make that better. And I think in the beginning it's important to take your time. I see some painters, they're like really fast. I'm not fast. Okay, let's turn this around and let's make sure that I'm in camera. Yes. Okay, so let's do some dark leaves in here with the, what did I say it was? Raw umber. The one going like this way. Okay, too much water, so I'm scrubbing. I think that's, and I'm twirling. I'm not sure if I'm calling it the right thing. Okay, so we're going to go over this leaf. Okay, and then we're going to get more. Too much. We're going to go on this side, because they say to do sets of 3. What? For some reason in the art world, it seems to be important. And I remember when I was doing the art journals, they mentioned it there also. Trying to get this point. Okay, now we're on to burnt umber. Burnt umber is this one. So what are we going to do? Let me look at this. What can we do? We could do a lot. Okay, so let's get the burnt umber. And maybe what do with the burnt umber is some strokes, thin little strokes in here, and then is this drying up? We'll do some veins in here. Okay, this side came out much better than that side. That's too thick. So I need to really practice barely touching. When you barely touch, it looks more authentic or real. It just looks better because veins are usually very thin. Okay, and we'll do that on the other one. It's coming like this. Try to see, this one's not, it's not coming out thin enough, so I have to be very careful. Barely touching. And it's important to just take your time. Let's see how the burnt umber looks on the raw sienna. I don't think you're going to see it. You do. Barely. So maybe what I'll do, I know I'm going in order. Where else could I use it? Yeah, let's stay in order instead of going to get something else. Let's see how it looks when we outline some of these leaves. These wonky looking leaves. Let's just go around. Whoops, too much. Try and make this brush work for me. So I'm barely touching it. And I don't know why I don't like it. Okay, let's just keep going and practice, because that's what this is all about, practice. Just trying to get better. Let's get some more, and let's do this leaf and make sure that I'm in camera. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna move this, and we're just gonna outline it and try to make it look a little bit better. I'll go on this side. I think the trick is to just keep moving, even if you don't think you're going straight, because once you pick it up, you can make a mistake. Okay, so that is the let me see if maybe the number, what was this? This was 0, this is 1. Okay, so the next one is the black. And we didn't do the white. But I think what I'm going to do is go over some of these with the black. Just outline. Need water. See how this works. Okay, practicing the thinner line is a challenge also for me. So barely touching. I really like the way that looks against the green. That looks nice. And then we're going to go around like that. And then I think what I'm going to do is go in the middle, like that, very thin, barely touching, trying to barely touch. Let's put it that way. Trying to barely touch. Love the way that looks. So I think I'll do the others. So let's go around. And this is a great exercise to try and get better at the fine line. The fine line I find to be challenging. You might find it to be super easy. You know, everybody's got their thing that they're really good at. Okay, what's wrong here? Now what's wrong? I'm pressing too hard. And this brush is not the best brush. I was hoping my new brushes would be here and I could try them. So it's probably not the brush, it's probably me. Okay, let's do these. Am I still in camera? Yeah. Okay. So when I do that, I lose. So let me move this up and let's see where I am. Okay. So let's outline the other green. And again, this is me practicing my strokes in front of you. Whoops, that went too far out. So let's wet this. Okay, and then we'll do this one. And then I think we'll call it. I just want to finish this one. Oh my goodness, every time I touch it, I mess it up. Okay. This one, not so good. Terrible. I don't know, I just couldn't seem to barely touch it. But anyway, that is another way of demonstrating and your palette as well as practicing your strokes. So as you can see, I am trying to develop my strokes. So with that, if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to follow me, subscribe. If you'd like to see when I'm coming on, hit the notification button. For those of you who are following me, who have been sending me comments, I am so grateful to you. And if you are watching me, thank you so much for watching. With that, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.